Get ready for more violations of your civil rights. Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. I hope you're having a great day. Well, on the 3rd, so that would have been Tuesday, there was a meeting of the Public Safety and National Security Committee. And at that committee, Dominic LeBlanc announced that there will be more OICs announcing seizures of private property from Canadians. Now, of course, they're calling it a buyback, and we're talking about firearms here now. So the Bloc Québécois asked if there was going to be some sort of remedy for people getting money from the buyback program and then going out and buying other firearms that are similar to the ones that they just had confiscated. So Dominic LeBlanc has announced that they are in the process of completing phase 1, which is taking firearms from stores, and then phase 2 will come in where they take firearms from individuals, and very soon introduce another OIC which bans more guns. So they're starting a task force. So let's go to committee and see exactly what was said.
What people are afraid of is that with the buyback program that you promised, people will be able to sell their prohibited weapons to the government. They will sell the weapons, take the money, and go buy a similar weapon that is still in circulation. So the control measure will be ineffective, and this is going to be a waste of public funds. So just like many other people, I expect you to reveal the first phase of the buyback program soon. Can we expect a total ban of assault-style weapons before implementation of this program? Ms. Michaud, thank you for your question. I share your concern. I totally agree with the way you ask your question when it comes to the concerns expressed. I had the opportunity, together with my colleague Jean-Yves Duclos and others, to meet on several occasions. Nathalie and Heidi from Police Se Souvient. I am aware of the very tragic celebration that is coming on Friday. There's the gap list on the Blair list. I'm not trying to correct you. I just want to make sure that we understand what we're talking about. Phase 1 of the buyback program is to go look for those prohibited firearms, assault-style weapons that are in shops like Cabela's, shops that have those weapons. This process has already begun. The RCMP has pilot projects. Tests have been done. The government has recovered some weapons already that are in the inventory of the retailers, and some rifles were destroyed. I saw the photograph of the first one that was destroyed after phase 1. You are right. Phase 2 is when we will go to the homes of individuals, and Sûreté du Québec and the police will help us. We will go look for those guns. They will be compensated. We will recognize that we have made illegal something that was legal before, so there's going to be compensation. For that, you are right. We could not have announced the next phase of the ban. It's an order in council that will come with the final list of prohibited weapons. That cannot be left open. When people will receive a check, they cannot go back to Cabela to buy a modern version of the firearm that we've just made illegal. So that is going to be a loophole that will be closed and shut down before people receive their money. In the coming days, I think I'll have something to say about that, about the next steps. We talked about a task force and technical team that will work with the RCMP. And that process is already underway. They have had meetings, a few meetings to date. I think there was one meeting last week. So I am aware of the deadlines you mentioned, and I am confident we will respect those deadlines. And I will be delighted to give you more details in the coming days, because you really supported what we tried to do together, you and Mr. McGregor, and before him, Peter Julian. You were important interlocutors. Thank you.
Of course, this caused quite a stir in question period on Thursday. DANCHO brought up the fact that the Liberals are targeting the wrong people. They're taking firearms from law-abiding citizens, but totally ignoring the criminals. So this will have no effect on the violent crime rate. And of course, the Liberals shot back with their usual lies. Let's go to question period and see what was said.
The honourable member for Kildonan, St. Paul.
Mr. Speaker, last week the people of Toronto were shocked to see a man attempt a violent carjacking, shooting up cars all over the 401. And it's not just Toronto. Gun violence is up 116% under this Liberal government. In fact, it's the 9th consecutive year that gun violence has increased in this country. And what are the Liberals doing today, Mr. Speaker? Another announcement, but not targeting the criminals on the 401. No, targeting turkey hunters and sport shooters and trained, tested and vetted law-abiding Canadians. When are they going to realize that gun violence is only going to stop when they go after the criminals responsible for gun violence?
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of Public Safety.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And it's quite shameful on the anniversary of one of the largest mass shootings targeting women in this country. The Conservatives seem to be more concerned about keeping guns on the street that are designed for the battlefield. Mr. Speaker, we are not going after hunters or sport shooters. What we're doing is we're protecting our communities. In particular, we're protecting women who are disproportionately victims of gun violence. While Conservatives work for the gun lobby, we serve Canadians in keeping them safe.
I've been around firearms all my life. I'm a certified firearms instructor, have 34 years experience in the RCMP. I'm a sport shooter, and I can tell you for sure and for certain that these Liberals are lying. And I've got a lot of videos that actually go into the detail. So if you search my library, you'll find those. The Liberals want to take firearms away from law-abiding citizens for a couple of different reasons. First, it's political. They want to make a political statement. They want to try to convince low-information voters that they're doing something to lower violence. But if that were the case, they would have had lower violence already. It's not the case. They say that they're taking firearms off the street. Well, these firearms aren't on the street. They're locked up in safes when they're not being used. And right now, they're not being used. Plus, there's got to be some other reason why they're trying to ban firearms. With everything that's going on in the world today, don't you think it's a little bit suspicious that they're trying to disarm us? The world is on edge. The world is at the brink of war, possibly, and they want to disarm their citizens. That seems kind of sketchy to me. But that's just my opinion. I'd love to know what you think. Put your comments down below. And while you're at it, please like this video, share with your friends and on social media. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and hit that bell notification so you never miss another video. Also, please join me on Thursday evenings at 6 p.m. Pacific time for my live stream, where you can join in on the conversation. Finally, I do teach the Canadian Firearm Safety courses. These courses are necessary for you to get your Canadian Firearms License, also known as a PAL. So if you require a PAL and you live on Vancouver Island, please look me up. There are links in the description of this video to my website where you can sign up to take a course from me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.